Troubled Governor Gavin Newsom is about to get a recall shellacking. And instead of tackling his state's myriad crises, he's putting together a crisis squad to fart out useless talking points. Newsom and his handsome hair admit they're terrified, but his white knights in shining armor are swooping in to blame the whole thing on white supremacy. Yep, it's the usual lefty suspects. Liz Warren, Bernie, Stacey Abrams, and others have started a Stop the Republican Recall campaign, which their website claims is the result of, quote, a partisan Republican coalition of national Republicans, anti-vaxxers, QAnon conspiracy theorists, anti-immigrant activists, and Trump supporters. That's a bit redundant. Way to be tone deaf, dingbats. Gavin has a mouthful of freshly polished piano keys, and it's a smile and denial if he thinks it's only Republicans in California who are hurting. 2 million people have signed that recall petition. It is due tomorrow. 40,000 small businesses there have closed since last August, half of them permanently. Can the governor speak to people who have lost their dreams and life savings instead of tossing around unverified conspiracy theories? Children in California still not in school, except for the governor's kids. The Great Divide favors the fancy. Meanwhile, kids most in need are shut-ins, courtesy of the people who really run California, the teachers' unions. So who else is paying the price for these artificially imposed restrictions? Working moms, many of whom still stuck at home waiting for King Gavin to wave his scepter and end the lockdowns. Florida is looking pretty damn good right about now to the frustrated hordes. And COVID fatigue knows no party. Mark my words. There are 151 homeless people in California, a state that only holds 12% of the U.S. population, yet has 25% of the entire country's homeless living in tents and parks and cars. By the end of last year, 4.4 million acres of the state burned to a sizzling crisp. Many of the blazes sparked by outdated utility cartels, not climate change. Crime is through the roof in places like Oakland. Homicides there have spiked 400%, while killings in L.A., they're up 25%. I wonder if any of those victims' families signed the petition. Gavin can nibble his truffle-covered duck beak and ignore the reality, but this recall is about to get very real, and Californians are going to show New Yorkers this is how you turf an incompetent blowhard. And that's the memo.